Round What up, round up homies? Come on in. Sorry about the delay. It's been a crazy day for Shantae and myself.
Yes, it has.
You want to share, or you don't want to talk about that mess? You don't have to.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. The life of a loan signing agent.
Shantae she drives this Tesla, so I'm not thinking if something happens, who do you call? Who you gonna call?
It's Tesla service.
They have their
So the,
own.
the service people, yeah, there's it in the app. So basically, I requested roadside assistance today because I drove into a gravel parking lot
Was this doing the
that
closing?
I was headed to a closing. So I missed the first building that I was supposed to turn into and went to the one next to it. But I was in Smithville. So it was a little country out there. And so I went to the next building to go in one side of the parking lot, come out of the other to do a U-turn. And when I pulled out of the parking lot, it was this screeching noise, like crazy noise. Anyway, I started to freak out, but I had to stay calm because I had to conduct a closing. Go inside, and the seller's not there, but my mind is all over the place because
I bet.
my car is broken. But I went back out to my car when I found out they were just going to go to the law firm, and I would close them there. But get back to my car. This noise is insane, like metal screeching. I'm like, there's no way my brakes can be bad. I just bought this car a year ago. So I sent off for the tow truck in the app, in the Tesla app, and requested service for tomorrow. So I scheduled my appointment to find out what was wrong with my car and order the tow truck. So then the Tesla representative texts me, is like, can you give me more information about what you need for roadside assistance? And I told them that it sounded like I just drove through a gravel parking lot and my car started making this screeching noise. He's like, well, it seems like you may have a rock stuck between the caliber and the well, I guess. And if you have a safe space where you can drive forward and back up and press your brakes, then it should dislodge it. Man, I was sitting there for about 30 minutes trying to figure out what I was going to do and order and all this stuff. And lo and behold, it took me like 3 minutes to get it out and it was gone.
Done. Just a simple little rock.
Just a simple, loud, very loud,
I
discouraging
heard you when I
rock.
called you. It was like, I'm like, what? That sounds like an old
Beater.
19.
Sound like a beater. Did not sound like a Tesla. It's craziness. So,
Round up. I thought you would enjoy that story.
wow.
That was cool. So we got the rock out and everything's smooth.
I know what to do next time. And she's floating like a spaceship again. She's fine.
Come on in, guys. Greetings to Cyber Monday. You know, we got some goodies. I've been twisting Shantae's arm now for a week. She's been cooking. I know Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, buddy?
That's great. I always cook. I always invite my family, and everyone comes, and everyone eats, and everyone takes a to-go plate. And then I do all the cleaning. No, they help me clean up. So
Okay.
it was good. It was a great holiday.
So Shantae does something magical, in my opinion, and we're going to get into that in a few seconds. Just crazy day trying to run the business. You guys have no idea. But let me ask you, Shantae, you're getting a little taste of it. Running a business is one thing, and in and of itself is a challenge. Then creating content, not only creating content, making it so it's digestible for the viewer. Tell them about how challenging that feels so far. And you're at the tip of the iceberg.
It is definitely challenging because your brain doesn't work like everybody else's brain. And my brain doesn't work like everybody else's brain. So getting the knowledge out of your head onto the paper or the video or what have you is it's a process.
I'm telling y'all, people look at the camera and they say, Chris, all you do, cut the camera on and go out there and do deals. I'm like, you have no clue. You have no clue. And I'm thankful, though. I'm thankful. People think I just sit here. So as soon as I leave here, I'm going to a house. We got construction. We buying one. You know, it's like tenant, sewer line backed up. Did you cut? Camera, cut, back to work.
Right. The real stuff happens when the camera's off.
A lot of stuff, right? So greetings, class. I'm Chris Haskins. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Doing that, I get to introduce you to my friends, my colleagues, my mentors, my homies, people that are doing business, left corporate America. Still, some still are. Some work full time, some work part time. But I'm going to be your pilots today as we travel over the world of entrepreneurship today. It's not necessarily in real estate, but it orbits around real estate, this loan signing agent thing, and it's very lucrative. I've seen Shantae come up through the ranks. I've seen her do a bunch of things, a bunch of different businesses, but this one, she gets to buy her time back, and I'm excited to have her on here. Shantae Grant, good morning.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So tell us, what is this craziness thing, the loan signing agent? And then we're going to give you some goodies too. I got a code for you. You know, I got something for you.
Well, a loan signing agent is an ancillary service to any loan that closes, whether it's commercial or residential. Someone has to do the settlement paperwork. And in most states, is either an attorney or a notary. So basically, at the end of a real estate transaction, there is, whether it's a purchase, a sale, a refinance of residential or even a commercial building, someone has to finalize the documents, meaning watch the purchaser or seller sign the final documents. That would be me.
Sweet.
I am that person.
Sweet. So what you do, can it be done anywhere, or is it kind of municipality oriented?
It can be done anywhere. Some states do it online. Virginia is one of those states. Some others have not, approved that yet, but it can be done in the home. It could be done in the hospital. It could be done in anywhere.
Wherever people are closing loans.
That is correct, sir.
So when did this come on your radar, Shantae? Fast forward me from, I know you were running the home health care thing, then you were with another agency. How did this come on your radar and why?
Well, real estate is a passion of mine. I love it. And this was kind of having the best of real estate to me, just because everything is done. You're not chasing a sale. You're not chasing a deal. Everyone's happy at the end most of the time because they're either offloading their property or purchasing a new one or refinancing, saving money. Mm-hmm. So it's just the end of the deal. I'm not chasing a sale. It's just something that has to be done, and I'm a person that can do it. So
go ahead.
I needed to get my freedom back and control my time more. And so I decided that, I was going to leave the corporate world that I'd entered into for about 3.5 years to free myself again.
So can we just stay there for a minute regarding your time and what was going on? Because I think it's important, the mentality and the mindset where you were and your journey to where you are now, because people need, I just think it's more relatable. So somebody could say, hey, look, maybe I could do it too.
Okay.
So what was your time back then?
So, I have a history of things that I've done, as you mentioned. I was in the Army for about 8 years, then owned a home health care agency, child care center, sold those, went back into the corporate world, working for a medical company, a very large medical organization running a clinic that had about 6 doctors, some specialists, x-rays, ultrasound, transportation, managing about 2,000, maybe 2,100 patients. And it took my time daily. I was there for about 13 hours a day. Yes, wow. I was making 6 figures, but I didn't have my time, and I wasn't used to that. So I'm a service person. I always work in a service industry and or own a service business. And so I felt like it was time for me to get back to owning my time. And this was an opportunity that I came across, and I'm like, wow, it seemed unreal. Like it was too good to be true, because having a real estate license, having owned a few other businesses, it just seemed too easy. Mm-hmm. And so I followed the steps to become a notary, opened up my LLC, did all of the proper paperwork to have a business, and started getting deals or closings, because It was a huge need for it. Specifically, it's been going on for years. Like when I was a mortgage loan officer, the guy that came in to sit down, or female that came in to sit down at the end of the day, was a notary.
Mhm.
Had no idea.
At that time.
No, I had no idea who it was. I thought it was somebody from the title company. Technically, you do work for the title company, or with the title companies, but I had no idea who they were, what they did. I thought they were actually either an attorney or someone from the title company specifically that worked there 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Whole time it was a notary, the entire time.
Wow. So I remember, Shantae, back in 2006, I bought a townhouse and somebody came to my house with all these loan docs, a thick thing. This is complete stranger. She said she was there to close the loan. Was that a loan signing agent too?
It was. Yes,
I
it
had
was.
no idea to equate that to money. I mean, I just thought it was just part of the loan process.
Me too, my brother, until I figured it out. Listen, it's a huge part of the loan process. It's like you can't finish the process without an attorney or a notary. So,
Mhm.
a loan signing agent is a notary that specifically does loan signings.
Specifically does loan signings.
Mhm.
What type of loans are these? Because I know when I go to closings, it ain't nothing like a traditional closing. What type of loans are these?
You have cash deals, you have seller side, you have purchase deals, you have both at the same table sometimes. You have refinances, you have
Mhm.
loan modifications, you have reverse mortgages, you name it, commercial deals. Um,
That's crazy.
Whatever, every closing in real estate that there is this transaction,
Hmm.
you can be the transaction or the person conducting the transaction.
Is there a certain dollar amount that there has to be in order for a loan signing agent to be in
A dollar amount as to
the
how much.
loan? Are we talking
No,
100,000, a million?
I've done $1 million deals. I've done $100,000, $86,000 cash deals. Doesn't matter.
This
They
is so
have to have
cool.
someone to verify the paperwork. The person who's buying or selling the property is who they are, and then go through the paperwork with them. So
Quite interesting, I must say. Quite interesting. So fast forward in here, you found out about the loan signing agent industry. Did you just quit what you were doing, or did you jump in? Tell me that process from in your job to going. You got trained up.
well, I did my research, and of course, I started to see how I could replace the current income that I was having, that I
Mhm.
had at the time, and what I needed to do. And I priced out, how much the offers were that I had coming in. So I took some training. I did my research online. I took some extra training. I took a ton of training that I really didn't necessarily know if I needed or didn't need, but it was all helpful, very
Mhm.
helpful.
Mhm.
And then I started to receive deals. I didn't quit my job immediately. I did my first deal in June. I think it was June 6th of 2020. And the offers
Wow.
just kept coming and coming and coming. And I was like, all right, well, if I'm getting all of these and I can accept all of these and I'm not working, it will totally replace my income and some.
Good for you. That is such a cool story.
It worked
I'm
out.
just I'm just glad at the fact that you didn't have to just completely stop one to do the other.
No, but I wanted to. It was totally my choice to do enough to leave. Or I could
Mhm.
have just done them on the weekends or nights or early mornings because, they're all times of the day that people
The
need to
weekend.
close. Some people want to do, early morning closings because they have to go to work or they're going out of town or for whatever reason. Some people do it late at night. I mean, I've closed as late as 11:55 p.m.
Get out of here. Roundup, thank you for hanging out with us today. This is Cyber Monday for my friend Shantae. We're going to give you some specials in a minute. I've been working on this special with her, trying to get you to earn some extra money. Extra money. I've seen Shantae do this. She's all around. I call up, she's rolling in the Tesla. Matter of fact, you bought the Tesla so
After
because you
I
do
quit
so
my
many
job.
closings.
I did. I did buy the Tesla because I made the decision that I wanted to do this full time. And I needed a viable vehicle, a very reliable and cost efficient vehicle. And So once I figured out this was what I was going to do for one of the sources of income that I have, I said I need a good vehicle. Tesla was perfect.
Round up, get your questions in the chat for Shantae about this loan signing agent. I had no idea how it worked, and I love it because I can be transparent because Shantae knows 100% of the information. She's showing me this stuff, all the back office offers coming in. So give me a typical day. We got 55 people on here hanging out with us today. Shantae, give me a typical day for you that you are closing these loans being a loan signing agent.
Well, so like today I have 4. I accepted 4 today. So I have one at 9:30. I have one at 12. My next one is at 4, and then I have one at 5. So I get up, work out, pray, shower, get dressed just like I'm going to a regular job. Sometimes I don't have them early in the morning. Sometimes I do. But I plan my day accordingly. Now I take breaks and jump on lives with Mr. Haskins in the middle of the day because I control the time. So basically, you'll get notices that come to your phone. You can accept or not accept. There's no penalty. If you can do it, take it and grab them fast because there's other agents out here looking. But everybody's not going to be in your area. Everybody's not going to be able to do what you can do at the time that they need it. So typical day, I get up, go look at my schedule. Well, I look at it the night before, of course, I plan. So I printed my packages and I head out, come back home, eat lunch, go to my next deal.
That is cool. That is cool. Roundup. I want y'all to hear this. When she was telling me about this, I remember it like it was yesterday. We get a coffee and a donut or whatever we were doing. She was telling me about this thing. I'm like, man, this is something we got to get the word out for our people.
Yeah.
A lot of people, my thing is even another $500 a month can change your zip code. You're talking about $500 a week, or even in your instance, just 3 or 4 a day. Do you get paid per closing, or is it an hourly thing? How do they compensate LSAs?
So if you don't work directly for a title company as an employee or as an employee, then you get paid hourly. So I have probably 4 or 5 of my main title companies that I do all my work with, and I have a set rate that we've agreed upon that they pay me. They call me, see if I'm available, or they'll send me an email or a text, ask me if I'm available. I'll say yes or no. And they pay me. Most of them pay bi-weekly.
So it's
And most of them per
signing.
closing.
So you're telling me you're doing 4 in a day. I mean, hypothetically, could someone do more than that in a day?
Well, yeah, I used to do more than that in a day.
Oh, okay.
But I just choose to do about 4 a day.
All right.
Yeah, you can do. I've done as many as like 8 or 9 in a day.
In a day.
It's tiring, and it has to line up perfectly. Unless it's all coming from one company, you have to, arrange travel time, keep your geographical circle kind of tight. Because I only close, usually in my area. Now, the attorney that I was closing for today, he's like a newer customer that is very excited to have me on his team.
I'm sure. Sure. I would be excited to have my team. Go.
So I went to Smithfield for him today.
Smithfield.
It is 20 minutes away from me. And it wasn't too bad, but except for I got that rock in my car.
Rocking the shoe, rocking the wheel.
I was like, whoa. But yeah. And they pay you. Now, for title companies directly, most of the time you'll be doing like local title companies in your own areas. Generally, it's a purchase or a sale of a property, and those kind of close within the next couple of days, so you get paid a lot sooner. Sometimes the same day, it closing fund. So pick up a check the next day.
That is cool. So what could one expect to make on each one of these? I mean, is it $50, $100 per closing? And what determines how much you get paid?
How good of a job. You determine how much money you charge. There's no set rate. You just, negotiate that with the title company or lender or whomever you're working for. I typically don't sit down for less than 100. On the higher end, you can get up to about 200. On average, it's about 150
Gotcha.
per deal, depending on your experience and your relationship with that company. So
being someone new to the industry, would they lower their prices to get the work? I'm thinking about, money is secondary to the service. Are they looking to get as many deals in to get some momentum going? Somebody new.
well, I mean, you get what you pay for. And that's what title companies have learned. And they know that. So they're typically, they're going to not try to lowball you. But I mean, you can say, I'll do it for $85. There's some companies that only pay $85. You choose to work with them. Yes, you probably will pick up their deals. But there's a lot of experienced agents don't lower their prices because the work is, I mean, you got to travel. You got to, make sure your ROI is good. So 85, you'll still make money. I mean, you'll still clear it. You're doing all the printing, if you're doing all the printing, or you go into a title company and they're going to line you up with 5 deals for the day to close, and you're only charging $85 per deal. You're not printing anything. It's just like any other business. You have your expenses, you have your overhead costs, you have the things that you have to make sure you pay attention to ensure your ROI is in line.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Round up. Thank you so much for joining us. We got 60 people here. I want to know, y'all get your questions in. I mean, luckily this is my friend, so I get to ask questions first, but I promise you, we're going to get to you guys' questions too. Hey, one of our members, Marianne Shelton, good afternoon.
Hello, Marianne.
Good afternoon. Happy holidays. Cyber Monday. So we're going to give you a quick code if you want to get rocking and rolling right now. I know some people might be like, yeah, what do we do? How do we get started? But I have some other questions too. Shante, I'll go ahead and give you the link. There's a link in the video description. And what code did you want to give them for that? We're going to give them 50% off, Shante. What would be the code that we're going to give them?
Cyber. I guess Cyber would be Cyber Monday or something.
All right, let me do that. Cyber. All right. So if you go to the video description below Roundup, Shante has done a full, I think it's like a 4-hour workshop for you, teaching you step by step how to get started and being your own loan signing agent. Is this thing saturated, Shante? I feel like now that I know you, it's so weird. I went to Maryland this weekend. My wife's sister, the loan signing agent. I didn't even know. I mean, she's getting these text messages and she's like, nah, I ain't taking that one.
Exactly.
So, I'm like,
that's
what?
How it works.
So I'm looking, I'm like, darn.
No, it's not saturated. I mean, it's like it's a million real estate agents out here. How many are actually practicing? It's a million investors. How many are actually buying? It's the same thing. Everyone signs up and thinks, everyone who does it, everyone who buys a course doesn't follow through with it. I mean, people buy $1,500 classes and do nothing with them.
That's a good point.
It's not saturated. You get out of it what you put into it.
That's a daggone good point. Get out of it what you put into it. So round up, I'm going to keep going with the Shante. We have 61 people here. If you want to get rocking and rolling right now, use the coupon code CYBER to get 50% off Shante's loan signing agent training. It's right in the video description. But we're going to keep going here too. For Cyber Monday, this is good for the day only. Disappears after the day, okay? So Shante, what do you need? I'm thinking about the real estate business, computer, laptop, cell phone, printer. It's not a lot of stuff that you need to actually be an investor or an agent. What do you need to be a loan signing agent?
Some of the same things you just mentioned. You need definitely need a notary commission. That is the first and foremost. You do need a printer. You do need paper. You do need ink. You do need a computer. You need a cell phone, a working cell phone. You need a vehicle. Wouldn't suggest calling Uber every time you had to be somewhere. And that's just about it, really. I mean, you need a reliable vehicle for sure.
Gotcha. So when you're meeting these people, what about when the interaction? You show up, I mean, people, I know you were telling me about that one today. I want people to understand. Give us that 40,000 foot kind of view or perspective of when you show up to close one of these things.
Okay, so if you want to kind of like people, so if you don't like people, it's going to be kind of difficult. If you can't,
You don't like nobody.
introduce yourself and say hi, I'm the notary here to help you close your loan, or call them on the phone to verify the appointment, then it's probably not going to be too easy for you. But if you can break the barrier and just say hi, you call every time you have an appointment, you will call and verify it, unless you're getting it from an escrow officer or processor directly and they've already set everything up for you. But like today, I was doing a purchase closing. Met the real estate agent, the actual signer, her mom, and another gentleman that was there with the family. Turns out she was a widower of a veteran who had passed on. So, it's building rapport. You have to be likable and be able to talk and just converse with people. I'm, I guess, good at that. I don't know. People love me. I love people. So, but it's not hard.
You are good at that, though.
Thank you. I like to help people. So you want to be, kind of helpful, because you're dealing with people who are spending thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, this person was buying a house over the average income. I mean, the average home sale price in Virginia. So, and it was something that, she was using a VA loan that her deceased spouse, left that benefit. So, I'm a veteran. So we all cried at the table. You make bonds with these people. Like you relate to these people. So
that's so cool, man.
It's a human interaction.
Shante, you too much. I'm just imagining you at the table. You're almost like a traveling loan psychologist. I don't know, what is it? Therapist?
Oh Lord, don't let my therapist hear that. Listen.
Like, well, I was here to close the loan, but that's something. That is
There's one calling me right now.
Somebody wants to give you some money?
Yep.
What does it say? Tell us. I love the real deal. Tell us.
That's them calling me.
Oh, they're calling you.
Yeah, they're calling me.
Messages.
They're wanting me to do something. That's the one they really love me. So I'll call them back.
All right. Round up. We got 60 people on here with Shante Grant talking about being a loan signing agent. A loan signing agent. They go around the city, they roll around, and they close these loans. I had no idea this industry even existed. So Shante brought it to light for me. And I thought it would be a good way for you to raise your financial literacy and create some more income for you and your family without having to put in 2 years of college or 4 years and all that training. How long do you think it would take if they take your course, Shante, right? You got 4 hours of training. Go through all of that. How long does it take once you get trained up to actually get rocking and rolling?
Well, it just depends on your state, how long it takes you to get your notary commission, how long it takes you as the individual to order. You got to have a stamp. You got to order that stuff. Get your printer if you don't already have one. Get your supplies. I would say maybe at the most 60 days. At the most. Gotcha. That's kind of... It didn't take me that long, and it was during the pandemic. So
Gotcha. During the pandemic is when you got rocking and rolling with this?
Yep.
The coupon cyber rocking and rolling. Now you're interested in working with Faye and going through her training in 4 hours. I actually did it with her. Very thorough. You're going to get a workbook step by step. She's actually going to take you on a mock signing. She went into a home that had a friend of her set it down and went over all the docs. Then you go through this, you go 100% how to set your own loan signing agent business. Printer. I think you went over exact equipment that you used, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I gave him everything.
That's cool. Thank you for that, Shante. I appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yep. So let me get some quick queuing. Huh?
I said, I bet out of the 60 or so people that are online, at least a third of them have done a refinance during this time of, and they had a notary come to their home to do it more than likely.
Probably like that's probably because of the and less people going to closings.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. I usually watch your videos for real estate, but I was commissioned as a notary and certified by the NNA as a signing agent. Now I need to get some signings. What's the
Okay.
NNA? Arresting.
National Notary Association. Good
Okay,
job.
good for
C, is her name
see.
C? It's me, C. Hey, C.
What would you
Um,
say?
I would say there's thousands of signing services and title companies out there, depending on whether you want to go direct immediately or if you want to work with signing services. Sign up for as many as possible. I know I have over 300 signing services in my database. I don't use them all, but when I first got started, I signed up for over 70 in the first week or so of being able to do service, signings. So sign up for as many as you can. Speak to as many title companies as you can. They're always looking for good notaries.
Shante, what is a signing service for us that do not understand?
There's that brain again, right? So a signing service is a company that has a pool of notaries that sign up on their website, and then the signing service connects them with title companies who need their services. So they're like a middleman per se.
Hmm. So they're almost like a broker for loan signing agents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I even thought I was going to do that. I bought a course to be able to do that as well. I'm still on the fence of whether I want to do it or not because I get so many offers. I can't do them all. But if I had a signing service, I could connect them to other notaries.
Sweet, sweet. This is right on time, C says. So, Nia, hey, from the D, what up?
Detroit
Wow, rocking that dress. Cool. I'm glad it was small.
is
Somebody said,
cute.
yeah, that was good. It was. She said, I'm glad the tire. Oh, the tire. Yeah, that tire. She
Me
called me
too,
this morning.
see.
She called me like, what is this? Round up, get signed up. Let's see here. Zoshi, can we sign loans and also be a real estate agent?
I too am a real estate agent. Yes, ma'am, you can. You just can't sign your own deals because you can't notarize things that you have a vested interest in.
You can't notarize your own signature.
You can't notarize your own signature, but in a closing, the loan officer the real estate agent doesn't necessarily sign much of anything, yet nonetheless have anything notarized. But because they're a party and they're getting financial benefit from the closing, they can't notarize their own deals.
No, you can't do that.
Mm-mm.
That's
But
just
she
in
can do
general.
it for her colleagues and the title companies that she is affiliated with. They would probably love that you're an agent just because you're familiar with the process. And I still do it and sell homes. So
Sweet. Who was that? That was Zoshi. Let's see. There is hope. That was a good. We just said that. If you're an LSA, can you close your own deals?
mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, you can't notarize anything for yourself. Even as a regular notary, you can't create a will and notarize it yourself.
Yeah.
Another notary has to
Can't
do it.
do it. Jerry Vaughn, I don't see the link. Jerry, you may have to refresh your screen or pull down on it or just come out and come back in. I'm sorry about that because our team kind of gets these links in there. But yeah, just refresh it. It'll be right there. It's in the video description below. You might have to push down to get it as well. You might have to just hit the little show more button at the bottom down there. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. And use that coupon code CYBER for 50% off. Shantae is giving it to us for it. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Happy Cyber Monday.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I don't know how you. Anyway, wow. XK9CWUF53X. Thank you for your candid in business. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Absolutely.
How do you specialize and promote these niche markets? I think that's a business question there. Send me a private message on that. I can do that. New York King says great content.
Thank you, New York King. I appreciate that.
X and all that. Q to X. Do you specialize in working with certain agents, and are you available 24/7?
I do. I do limit my time now. Like I said, the latest I've done a closing was like 11:55.
That's right. You said that.
But I do work, during regular business hours, and sometimes, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, just depending on the relationship I have with the agents, because you can definitely work with real estate agents. You definitely should make those connections because they're the ones that are the end user. And most of the time they want someone to come to their office to close their deal. And that's what I do.
Yeah, good. Who is that? Charlotte in the building. Virtual Business Solutions. That's cool. Patricia, hey, good to see you. I just met Patricia this weekend in Washington, D.C. Cyber Goodies. Yes. So if you get on the link in the video description, who is that? Jeep Lover. Jeep Lover. In the video description, Shantae has done a full training module for you. And you click right on that there. You might have to refresh your screen, but it's in the video description below. She's going to give you 50% off if they use the coupon code CYBER for her loan signing agent training workshop. Latasha, I'm a notary. Are there additional certifications to being, I'm presuming she's talking about
Loan
being
signing
a loan
agent.
signing. Yeah.
Yeah. So Latasha, I love your name. That's my middle name. You would probably more than likely want to get the National Notary Association certificate that just says that you have a standardized training. Most companies recognize it. If they're looking for credentials, they want you to have that one too. It doesn't teach you all of what you need to know per se. It does give you all of the basics. But as far as the marketing and the business aspect of it, you won't really get that out of that course. But it is definitely a credential that I have and that most signing agents do have.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Cool. Mary, one of our members, Mary Ann Shelton. I've been waiting to take the New York State Notary Public exam. However, the Department of State has a scheduling backlog. You were talking about that, Shante.
Yeah. So during the pandemic, I couldn't get into swearing. You have to swear in our state to be a notary. And it's probably part of what she has going on. And then people that work at the state, most of the time, only work, part-time. I know here in Virginia, most of them work part-time anyway. So the backlog is due to COVID and people working from home and different things like that. So this is consistent through most states. Mm-hmm. Virginia does a lot of the electronic things though. So Virginia is not as backed up as far as getting the notary commission. It's just swearing in, getting into the courtroom or the courthouse to swear in.
Gotcha. Hester, hey Hester, do you have to market yourself or do you have a company that does the marketing for you, Shantae?
I did it all myself. So when you sign up for different signing services, specifically ones that are on platforms, title companies become familiar with you and they'll continue to use you if you do a good job. So you are your own marketing pretty much. You can do Facebook stuff. It's not necessarily traditionally how they find people, or Instagram or Snap or whatever you want to do. But the marketing to me is directly to the title companies. Or to escrow officers or different connections that you have. Signing services get you connected, but you don't want to steal their business. Go ahead, Chris.
So it's not necessarily you going to the lender per se.
Right.
It's almost like third party go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you get signing service business, I would not suggest you go directly to the source. You want to continue to receive business from them, and they have a relationship with that company, so they'll know if you try to steal their business. I would never suggest that. Now you can go out in your community because all the homes in your state or in your city are closing. Every sale is closing. And there's a title company in that city that's doing it. So
every one of them.
Every one of them.
Oh, that's so crazy to think about it. I always when business gets slow for me, I always say there's somebody closing a deal every day.
That's true.
Every day. I just have to remind myself that I want my rounders to know that I'm not like this guy that just everything I touch turns to gold. Right. So I have to
That's
like
right.
somebody's closing every day. I need to just get myself in between one of those closings so I can get a deal. Because they're closing stuff every day. I mean, look at
It's true.
how many leads come in for you in a day, Shantae, on an average?
At least 15 to 20. I've turned some of the services off where I just disconnected from them so they don't send me business because I don't like to just ignore or sit in their pool and think and have them think that I'm going to receive their or do their business.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, it's always going to be enough business out here.
Something going on somewhere, y'all. I promise you,
Hmm.
man. It's just like that's just how the real estate business goes. If you're just joining us, we're with Shantae Grant. What's going down with the loan signing agent? So she's giving us 50% off in the video description. You will see her 4-hour workshop. Use the coupon code CYBER to get started if you want something you want to learn how to do. Make some extra money for the holidays next year. I would say, look, I was talking to a friend of mine. I'm like, do you want to start working on this? We're starting to do travel nurses now, right? People come
Hmm.
rent. And we're going to do a training on that because I'm like, this needs to be known, right? So I'm like, do we want to do this next year or this year? We're both like, man, we need to get this done now.
Yeah,
Now. The power. Let me ask you, do you have that motto too, Shantae? I feel like the sense of urgency. This needs to be done. Like we need to start working on this now.
absolutely. I mean, now is everything. There's no one's promised tomorrow, but now is it. Why wait? Don't wait till tomorrow to do something you can do today.
Well, I
That's
feel
my
like you
thing.
had that sense of urgency in leaving your job and not having the time.
Yeah, well, I knew what my why was. I needed to get my time back, and the stress level was really, really high. So if there's anything you do, there's a why behind it.
Uh-huh.
And if the why is big enough, you'll be consistent and follow through.
Gotcha. Thank you for that. Okay, Natasha, question. Wow. It's me, C. Question. Who should I reach out to begin taking signings? What trainings do you feel is necessary outside of notary training? Right
Well, I
here.
mean, yeah, this training is, I gave all of my goodies in this training. I would definitely recommend, having an outside training other than the NNA. But I mean, you'll find a lot of nuggets in this training that I'm offering you.
Naya. I guess it's Naya or Nia. Please forgive me if I'm slaughtering your name. Is it a
Right.
flat fee or is the fee charged by what's being notarized? I'm presuming when you go out there, Shante.
So with loan signing documents, it's definitely a flat fee. Now, if you're doing general notary work, you can charge $5 per stamp. In my state, yeah, every state is different. So here in Virginia, you can charge $5 a stamp plus a travel fee. But for
Okay.
loan signings, generally it's a flat fee.
Gotcha. Gotcha. SCP Leo for life. Are you signed up for a certain company or a certain bank?
I'm signed up with a lot of different title companies. The banks themselves usually don't own title companies.
Hmm.
They work with different title companies. There's a lot of national title companies out here
Gotcha.
that you sign up with them and be a vendor for them. And then they connect you to the Wells Fargo's, the Bank of America's, or whatever,
Gotcha.
whomever they're dealing, the Navy Federals. I do deals for all of those.
All right. Cool. Hope that helped you with us. I don't know what that is. It's me, C. What items are necessary to begin taking signings, Shante?
You definitely have to have your stamp. So don't jump the gun and not order your stamp before you start signing, before you start receiving um, offers. Well, you can get them. You just don't accept one. You definitely need your stamp. You definitely need your E&O insurance that covers you. You need a printer. You need, the things that go along with the printer. You need a phone. Um, you don't necessarily need a website or anything, but those are
Gotcha.
the essentials. You do need a
Gotcha.
car.
I hope that helps, C. I hope that helps. Shantae, I'm gonna pull this question up. Then I am going to be honest, and I have to use the restroom. So I'm gonna leave you on this, and I'll be right back. Johnny,
All right.
what's the average pay? Small bladder, man. Average pay for a loan signing agent. I'll be right back.
If you're talking about per signing, that ranges anywhere from as low as $65 to as much as 200 to 250 in some states. California has the higher paying rates because of their economy. Their cost of living out there is higher. So an annual is all, up to you. For me, I needed to make over $100,000 doing what I do. So I schedule and plan accordingly. But again, as an agent, a loan signing agent, you determine what your prices will be. And they're for different products. So you'll have a loan modification, which you'll probably take less money for because it's only like 30 documents. If you're doing a reverse mortgage, that is a very big package and it takes a long time. And most of the time you're working with a senior. So it takes a lot of patience. So instead of being in a home for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, you're being there for an hour or two, depending on the client. So you charge a little bit more for that. Regular refinances, you would charge more than what you would for a loan modification most of the time. But there is no set rate or a standard rate for anyone. You make your own rates. And that's just part of the process.
You got us straight on that?
I did. I hope that helped, Johnny.
All right, good. Round up. We're here. We got 60 people here hanging out with Shantae Grant. Man, that's cool. I knew this would be. I've been remember last week. I'm like, Shantae, we got to get you on here, man. Thanks for coming. The mobile home plug. How did you get on the radar to get the opportunity to schedule these?
So I signed up for different signing services and signed up for different platforms and talked to different real estate agents that I knew and also real estate attorneys that I've worked with in the past. Those are all for newer people. You definitely want to work with signing services first so you can cut your teeth. You don't want to ruin a relationship because if you have a closing that's funding the same day and you don't get those documents right, you can cost people a lot of money.
Let's talk about that. What do you mean by documents right, Shantae?
So if you say I'm signing, someone has a house in Florida and they're here in Virginia, they're selling their house in Florida, and I go sit down with them to do the seller side paperwork for them, and I miss a signature or I miss a stamp or I miss something that's detrimental to the closing funding, the actual deal funding that day. So usually those will happen early in the morning. Those are scanned back. You send it back to the title company and they get it through and get it funded that day, meaning the person who purchased the house gets to take possession. The money is distributed to the different parties. The seller gets their money. However, there's certain funding docs that if they're not right, say you didn't get a second witness. In Florida, you need 2 witnesses to do the deed, right? Say I didn't do that deal wouldn't fund. They cannot fund it because the deed wasn't properly notarized.
Oh.
So it's things like that you have to know. And you don't want to mess that up on the first go around because now that person's never going to call you again. That title company who could have given you thousands and thousands of dollars in deals will not call you ever again because you messed up funding. It costs the borrower, it costs the seller. The lender's super pissed because the lender trusts the title company to get it done. Now all that paperwork has to be redrawn on both sides most of the time.
You're talking, 150 docs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that something that comes with time?
You learn
Have
it.
you ever messed up one?
Not like that. Definitely not like that. But I have messed up things. But the key is being willing to fix it and fix it immediately. You don't call them and say, "Oh, well, I have 5 signings today. I'll get to it tonight." If an escrow officer or a title company calls you and says, "I need you to fix something," I absolutely will get it done immediately.
Gotcha. So it's really about how you recon and regroup and get it taken care of.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
Gotcha. I'm currently Hester. What up? I'm currently a mobile notary. Good for you. What would I
Yeah.
need to do to upgrade? She want to get upgraded. That's my friend to become
Ah.
an LSA loan.
Well,
Hester.
basically, I think, Hester, all you need to do is take a course like this and then get certified through the NNA, which is
Gotcha.
another it's a 2-step process. You'll be done and you'll be ready to rock.
Hester, the training is in the video description to show you step by step. Shantae put it all together for you. And Hester, how much do you make in a weekly?
Hester, that is so personal. But
How much do you make weekly? Well, I don't know. Tell them about you. Got to.
well, my goal every week is to do $2,000 a week. So it's 4 a day. Or if I get a higher paying deal, a couple of higher paying deals, I do less. But my goal is to do $2,000 a week.
That's
And that's
four.
usually what I do.
I want people to understand this. That's 4 transactions. Four
Hmm.
transactions. I'm not talking about selling a whole bunch of products at $10 a piece. Doing a bunch of different strategies. This is 4 transactions, y'all. 4, period, a day. Man, I'm just like, if I broke up 8 hours, that's 1 transaction every 2 hours.
Hmm.
It's supposed
That's
to
kind
be
of how I like
somewhere.
to schedule it. Yeah. That's exactly how I try to schedule my day. And it's based on distance and time. So, and because I'm really good at it, I can do it in less than 30 minutes. I mean, it took time to get there, but depending on the deal, I can usually get it done in about 30 minutes or less. So, um, yeah, I don't sit down for less than $100. So
Good.
that's the thing.
All right,
So
Hester,
if
I
you
hope
do
that helps you.
4 a day, at least 5 days a week, knock it right on out.
Man, that is so cool. I had no idea. So 2 grand. I promise you, a lot of people making a lot less than that, working a
Mhm.
lot more hours than that. I already know. I know them. They do whatever. But Shantae, this is to me is just life changing, yo. When you told me this, I'm like, I gotta get this to the roundup homies. This needs to be the word. Got to get out. Because I'm
Yeah,
thinking if you just did one a day for 5 days, you could work. I mean, that's another
it's
thousand. I mean,
$2,000 a month.
that's stupid.
It's just extra. I mean, it's all everybody doesn't want to make that type of money. It's what you need to do for you.
Yeah.
So you get to choose what you want. If you want $500 a week, if you want $100 a week, it's up to you. That's the beauty of it, though. That's what I found to be amazing is that I can choose and it's not selling. I'm not selling anything. So for me,
Mhm.
it's like, wow, I can take this many deals or I go on vacation for 2 weeks and not take any
Yeah.
deals.
Wow. Let me ask you, if you are out of town, can you plug into that municipality and those loan signing people when you're traveling?
No, but I can still do remote online closings
Oh, okay.
while
All
I'm out of town.
right.
Now, unless it's hard to get a notary in another state unless you live there. You have to live in the state where you get a notary done.
So if you're traveling in state, could you do that?
Hmm. If I'm in Georgia, I can jump on my platform and do electronic notarizations for whomever.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But yeah,
Kimberly George, hey, she wants to know what is the most you've made at one signing?
it was a
Counting
commercial
dollars.
deal. It was a commercial deal. I think that one was like it was almost $300, like $280. The guy was generous.
That's sweet. Jerry, can you send me an application? I would love to get started. Well, Jerry, if you go to the video description, you can get started right now. Shantae put together a full training module for you. It's 4 hours. It's going to show you how she got started, what she uses, how she gets business, all the equipment that she uses, all that stuff. And it's right there in the video description. And if you use Cyber, coupon code Cyber, it will give you 50% off. Okay. Las Vegas. What up, Jerry?
Hmm.
Big brother in life. I reside in Maryland with a DC license. Can I do it in Maryland and DC?
You have to check with the local municipalities. I don't know. I know that in the DMV area, most people do it in all three. If you have, I think Maryland, you have to have a title producer's license also, but I'm not sure. You can look that up though.
I don't see the link. Oh, the link is in the. You might have to refresh your screen, Jerry. Brian Donahue. How do I get certified, Shantae?
Well, you take a training such as the one that we're offering, but you definitely can take a certification through the NNA as well. Again, that'll give you the very basics, just the minimum basics about what we do. You also need a notary commission.
Notary commission. And you will explain all that during the training, Shantae?
In the training, I walk you from not having a notary license to being a full-blown loan signing agent and getting your marketing out there, getting signed up with signing services.
Cool. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Aborigine. Saying that right? I don't know. Do you know how to say that, Shantae? Aborigine.
Aborigine. I don't know.
I've
Aborigine.
never heard of this. I didn't either. That's exactly why I begged Shantae to come on there. And I'm telling you, she's busy. Ain't like, she got family, friends.
Yeah.
Patricia, hey, are they the legal documents? Are you explaining the documents to the clients, Shantae?
So technically, you don't have to explain the documents to the clients. A good loan signing agent has read a complete loan signing package, a refi, a purchase, and a sale, a seller side. So you understand the documents. You can point and show them in the document what you're telling them, but you're not an attorney.
Gotcha. Marianne. Oh, we did her already. We did her first. She's one of our members. In Texas. Candy, can a notary? Oh, a notary can swear you in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This means Patricia. Oh, travel nurse. Also, travel nurses also need a notary. Yeah, right. That's a good point. Joseph wants to know, Shantae, can you do this with the brother got bad credit? Got that bad credit?
Credit does not matter. You just need to be able to pass a background check.
The background check, Shantae, do you explain that in the training, or
Yep.
is that something that you hire outside company?
So with an NNA, when you go to the NNA to do your certification, they have the background check screening in the package.
Gotcha. Round up. If you're just joining us, we got 65 people on here now hanging out with Shantae Grant as we go over the loan signing agent training. Actually, just a loan signing agent industry that I didn't know exists. So Shantae just went over everything that's involved with that, how to get started, and her training module is in the video description. Use the coupon code CYBER to get 50% off. You can get rocking and rolling for Cyber Monday. It will end tomorrow. This special will end tomorrow. Thank you. 13 million views. What up? I purchased your training a few months ago and it's slowly coming along. Do I need an LLC and a website for this to work better?
No, I just did that for tax purposes. What you have to do is get yourself out there. You need to put yourself on those signing services that were included in the course. And if you've purchased before, you can follow up with us after this and I'll find out what you're missing.
Yeah, that is a good thing. We probably need to do a whole thing of follow-up, Shantae. Because my thing is, if you sign up, I look at business like supply and demand. If you're signing up with the people that are supplying all the loan, what do they call them? What did they call it again?
Signing services.
Yeah, if you're signing up for them, I mean, it would be, unless they're in a rural, can this be done in a rural area?
It's very lucrative in a rural area because there's not a lot of notaries. There's not a lot of notaries to, you have to drive more, but you definitely are a hot commodity in most rural areas.
Gotcha. The mobile home plug. My wife is a notary, has a notary stamp, has for years. She would like to arrange a sit down. That'd be cool. Shantae, would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely.
We'll work on that. We'll get a link set up for you. Theo, you're welcome. I appreciate you for hanging out with us. Nikisha or Naquisha? I don't know. Miss Hudgens.
Naquisha.
In Georgia, do you have to have an attorney present to be a signing agent, Shante?
Not that I know of. I know Georgia is considered an attorney state, but there are notaries down there killing the game.
I bet. I bet.
In fact, I got my cousin involved down there. She's rocking and
Really?
rolling.
That is so nice of you to do that. I tell you, it pays to know people like that. I gotta stay here for a minute. You gotta increase your circle, y'all. Shante, I just think that for my people, go to work, come home, who do they have to share their ideas with? Who do they have to speak this stuff into existence? Because I know, you're my friend. I can call you, talk about ideas. I just don't think a lot of people
Yeah.
have that in their lives.
No, people are, I don't know if they don't have it. Well, most people don't have that in their circle. Most people are focused on work, paying the bills, going home, eat,
Man,
sleep, start that cycle all over again. But, those that are in the cycle and are dreaming, they make it happen when they have people surrounding them that are dreaming also.
I'm telling you, man, you're right. It's
Yeah.
all about being in the right circle. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to get off on that because I just think that we need to just keep getting the word out on this stuff. 13 million. What's the best way to get ready for online notary?
You have to get the certification, at least in Virginia. We had to get an additional commission, not certification, but commission for that. And then most of the platforms that you work with, they make you train anyway. They train you on how to use their platform and how to do the notarizations properly on their platform.
Sweet. Dana, I don't know. Carlisle, how long does it take for you to start getting leads? I'm presuming she wants to know, he, I don't know. Please forgive me. After you've gotten you've gone through your training, we got the notary, you've got the cert. How long does it take to start getting leads?
That's completely up to you. However many signing services you sign up for, generally it starts within a couple of days. Like if you sign up for as many as you possibly can, which there's thousands of them out here, um, you should start receiving leads very shortly after that. You have to complete their platform requirements though.
Every platform has their own requirements, no doubt.
hmm
Look at this, Shante. Terrell Caffey. I'm at LSA in Texas over a year, averaging 10,000 a month.
Big money. Yes, kill it, Terrell. I love it. I'm telling you, it's real. People
10,000
don't
a month.
believe it, but Texas, that state is going ham right now. They always call me from Texas. I'm like, I'm not in Texas. I can't help you. But Texas
Wow.
is a huge, I mean, I'm not just making this stuff up. I don't know this
Yeah, you
person,
can. She's right there.
but
He's saying it right
I'm
there.
extremely happy for you. That is such a blessing. Keep
Good for
going,
you.
killing the game. I love it.
Gotta get them on here, man. Wow. 15,000.
Yeah.
Well, Texas, I think, is a little more dense. I don't know where they're at, but Virginia, not as many people here.
Texas is a huge state, but their landmass is
That's true.
massive. So
Yeah,
it's,
you're right.
depending, I'm sure if he's making this type of money, he's got a connection and he's good
Bunch
at
of
what
help.
he or
Yeah,
she is good at what they do.
I
And
bet.
that's what this business takes. If you show them that you can do it, and man, I'm telling you, the referrals will keep coming. Keep
Terrell,
coming.
look, I'm gonna send you a link. I'd like to bring you on. You send me what's your email address if Shante has time. Your thing, you got time, Shante?
Sure. My next one is at 4. So
All right, we got a little time. Terrell, put your email in here so I can bring you on if you're around. I will give you the link to come on. Diana,
I'm not making
do
this
you
stuff
have
up.
to do special advertising to get leads, Shante?
So I definitely don't call them leads. I just call them assignments because that's what they are. You can do self marketing to specific companies. You can. And that could be an introduction. It could be whatever. In the course, I show you and tell you some things about that as well. We were speaking about doing some private consults, and if people who are already in the game, they need further help, we may be able to hook up a link for private consultations.
Yeah, we're working on that, y'all. Shantae's just busy. Everybody's busy trying to make it work.
I will make time for those up here who need that specific help. But yes, I mean, you can market yourself. There's plenty of ways to do it, and it comes fast.
Yeah. Lisa, how long does it take to complete the coursework to be a notary and loan signing agent and begin working? I think we kind of covered that earlier a little bit.
I did my notary, my NNA training in one day. The classes that I purchased outside of the NNA, I did, I want to say in 2 or 3 days. Just the time that you have to sit and go through it. And then if you can internalize the knowledge and be able to go out and be confident to get out there, Lisa, it shouldn't take you more than a week to get all of it done.
Diana, what is the best class to take with the NNA?
So inside of the course, I kind of go over that. I personally took the most expensive one, which I didn't need to, especially because I had the other class. The most expensive one, they just send you a book. For Virginia anyway, they send you this book with all terminology in it. For me, it wasn't very helpful. But for some, if you need that sort of document, then, I would read the list and see what's most important for you.
Gotcha. The mobile home plug. Do you have private mentoring classes? If not, would you? I think we told them
Yes,
already. Yeah,
that's
we're
what we were
working on
just
that.
talking about.
Working on
Yeah.
that. Sorry about that mobile home plug. I wasn't clear enough. Kimberly says, thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Kimberly.
Welcome. You're welcome. Dana, can I be a loan signing agent and a loan officer?
Dana getting all the money. Listen,
Yeah, you're
I think
crazy.
that you can, Dana, as long as you're not closing for your company. Now,
Yeah.
you may be able to close for your company and just not your deals. I would check with your company and see how they feel about it. I'm pretty sure that you can do both. I know you can do both. You just have to figure out whether you can do it for your company.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't know the answer to that. Roundup, give us a thumbs up on that, please. Hit that thumbs up button down there. And for the next day, Cyber Monday, this is it. 50% off Shantae's loan signing agent workshop training module. It'll walk you step by step. Boom, boom. I was there with it the whole time. Boom, 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 boom. It makes me want to go do it. I've been contemplating it, but I haven't pulled the trigger quite yet. Do you think I could do it, Shantae?
You could definitely do it. It's not rocket science.
Would I do it though? I'm like,
No, you got too much other stuff going on. So you wouldn't do it.
I'm like, I want to do it because I'm like, it's just free money. I could just be driving,
It's just free money. I love it. I want did the other guy from Texas or
Huh?
female, whomever that
Oh,
was, I
they
wonder
sent
if
me an
they're
email.
coming.
Just for Austin Jacob just purchased. That's cool.
Yay, thank you. I can't wait to
Appreciate you.
see you.
Yep. Nah. Some people, you know what? They don't want to. They're nervous about. You were nervous about coming on.
I was initially.
Oh, well, they gonna ask me. Oh, Lord.
That's awesome, man. I mean, people don't realize how much you can do. It sounds like that person is probably full time, but you have people making this type of money that still work a 9 to 5.
Yeah, I'm just like doing it in the morning, one at night, one on the weekend. It's
Mm-hmm.
over.
Yep. I'm so happy for him or
Yeah,
her.
me
I
too.
don't know if it's
Yep.
a male or female, but see, and it's not just one or two people making this type of money. It's a lot of people.
Yeah. All right. So I'm doing my part. Right. So I'm getting the word out. All I can do is what's on my spirit to do.
Yes, that sun is coming right on in.
So okay. So round up, subscribe to the channel, and later today I got my mentor coming on here, Scott Jelinek. He's coming on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Like this content, and he's giving us a cyber special goodie too. So stay tuned to the channel. Hit that subscribe and the bell so you know when we're live. Shantae, any final thoughts, and we'll let you go for loan
Thank
signing
you.
agent people getting started.
No, thank you for your time. And if you are ready to go in this business, I have everything in the course that you need. I appreciate your time and get out there and make your dreams come true.
That's right.
Thank you, Chris, for having me.
It's an honor again, Shantae, my friend. All right, y'all. Use the code CYBER. Get down there. Don't hesitate. Just get it over with. If you don't go to it now, if you don't use it now, you can look at it tomorrow. But the discount code goes away. Links in the video description. CYBER, CYBER. And I'll see you at 6 p.m. on the next video. Bye, Shante.
Bye. Bye, guys.